beautiful shades of blue and lyrical pastels to bright, bold color palettes, dyeable satin and silk shoes can give you exactly what you want. Add the perfect accent colors, your wedding, prom, or any special occasion, your look, your way. But if you have ever wondered where to have them dyed, that's easy. Many Benjamin Walk bridal boutiques and stores offer this service. Our color expert, Jamie, will show you just how easily it can be done. No need to be intimidated by the process. It is both easy and profitable.
Hi, I'm Jamie and I work here at Benjamin Walk in the dye room, and today we're going to show you how easy it is to dye shoes. Now before you begin, you want to make sure you have all of the materials you need to successfully dye your shoes. We have swatches so you can test your color. We have the small daubers for dyeing the shoes. We also sell large daubers to do the handbags. You want a container to put your dye in. There's measuring glasses to use to follow the formulas from our dye book. And we have all of the colors that we will be needing. We have eyedroppers, some rubber gloves, some cotton swabs, and we also have paper towels to clean up. So the next step is to inspect and prepare the shoe for dyeing. You want to make sure your customer has tried them on and that she's happy with their shoes. Make sure that they're the right size and the right shoe to be dyed. And then we're just going to check them over and make sure there's no glue or cement. Make sure they're nice and clean and ready to be dyed. Okay, the next step, we're going to show you how to follow the formula to mix the dye. So here's a piece of the dress that the customer sent in. We're going to take our dye book and look for the color that we want to use. And this one looks like it's number A137. All we have to do is follow the formula. And we're going to do 6 to B. And then it says number 19 to A. And then number 12 to top. And then we're going to dump it in a jar. And you always want to test your formula to make sure that you did it correctly.
Now, let's dye your shoes. Start by dipping 1/2 to 2/3 of the dauber into the dye and gently shake off or tap any excess dye back into your container. Apply the dye starting at the front or back seam. Using quick, even strokes, dye the rest of the shoe as rapidly as possible, moving from one end to the other. It will be necessary to re-dip your dauber. Do so as quickly as possible and continue where you left off, blending the dye. This will prevent dark rings from forming. Finally, using a cloth moistened with extender, wipe the sole of the shoe. This will quickly clean any dye that may have dripped onto it.
And now we're done. And all you have to do is let them dry for a couple of hours. And if you prefer not to mix, we also have all of the colors from our dye book available pre-mixed.
Remember, when dyeing, it is important to finish what you begin without interruptions, even if an unpleasant surprise occurs on a shoe, missing cement, missing stone, etc. Finish dyeing the entire pair and evaluate the problem when the shoe is dry. Always work quickly and evenly without oversaturating the product. For a neat professional look, remember, the dye spreads. It is best not to get too close to any edges. If a shoe has stones or ornamentation, you may want to take a dampened cloth or Q-tip and gently wipe the ornamentation, being careful not to touch the fabric of the shoe. Remember, colors appear very different when they dry. Always do a test swatch and let it dry before dyeing. If the color is not what you want, consult your dye book and remix a new batch of dye and test again on a dye swatch. Remember to keep your swatches, leftover dye, and build your own color library as you become more familiar with dyeing. And stay tuned to our Facebook page for more expert tips on color. We hope this video will help you get started with dyeing shoes. Feel free to call us here at Benjamin Walk Color Studio if you have any questions about dyeing or dye products.